decision brought to you from the SinCal Studios. Bueller, Dodge, and Dennis ready to break you off some MMA news and news galore. There is today.
Yeah.
I mean, we got fights this weekend.
Bellator, yep.
We got Bellator going down tonight.
Recapping some
And of course,
UFC.
we got to recap some UFC from last weekend and also talk about the happenings. What's the haps and the craps that are going down this week. So let's go ahead and jump into story number one.
Yeah. We got USADA announced. It has confirmed that 2 compounding pharmacies in Brazil have produced and sold contaminated supplements.
Color me shocked.
Surprise. That led to a few positive tests for at least 3 athletes that are in the anti-doping policy. This is heavyweight first. We got Junior Dos Santos, light heavyweights, Antonio Rogério Nogueira, so that's Little Nog, and Marcos Rogério de Lima. So these 3 guys right here. They are getting their suspensions reduced to 6 months after the investigation revealed that they were unknowingly taking.
Is that basically time served at this point?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
I am pretty sure they'd be ready to go soon. So basically, they said it was kind of like a sting operation that USADA started ordering supplements from these Brazilian companies.
Because it was happening too much?
Yeah, because it was happening too much. And despite the claims of the pharmacies located in Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo, they did contain basically contaminated supplements, including things that had pretty much steroids in them.
It's like when people that keep getting pig buttholes in their all beef hot dogs, they gotta track down where it came from. So
do you pay extra for something like that?
Is there always pig buttholes in?
Not my all beef hot dogs.
I thought that's what hot dog stood for.
Sorry, yeah.
Hot dog stands for pig butthole. So this is one of those things where they were like, they found out that the company was the one who was really screwing up, and they were like, "How long have you guys been suspended?" About 6 months. Okay, then you have a 6-month suspension, and it's gone now.
Clear.
You're not grounded anymore.
No, they do that so that you have a mark. It doesn't affect you, but at least you.
But you're warned.
So again, and I think too, if it could be sort of along the lines where, like, if you get caught again, you'd be like, "Oh, it's taping supplements." No, you already tried that.
Yeah.
We proved that it was true, but you're not gonna do that again.
No, you can do that. It's like when I was a kid.
You should be buying your supplements from us.
Yeah, my mom blamed me for calling like 900 numbers when I was like a kid. And I know for a fact I wasn't calling 900 numbers, but I was getting grounded for it. And then she finally caught my stepdad doing it. I didn't get like, she was like, you had no apology. You're just not grounded anymore. What about the time that I was grounded and the allowance took from me? Well, you get your allowance back starting this Friday.
It'll start again.
What about the back allowance?
You don't get back allowance.
I'm going to go undo all those motherfucking chores then. This is bullshit.
Undo them. Start throwing stuff on the ground.
Yep. Go throw all the dishes back in the sink.
UFC announced that 2 new people will be going to the UFC Hall of Fame.
All right.
Starting with Matt Serra. Matt Serra is going to be in the Pioneer Wing at the class 2018.
I don't know why.
Because he is a former welterweight champion and winner of the Ultimate Fighter 4.
He just does. He's not a first.
And one of the most underrated, according to Dana White, one of the most underrated mixed martial artists in UFC history.
No, because he got the belt on a fluke. Everybody knows that, and he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer for me. I think maybe eventually he could be in there. Yeah, but I don't.
He's 11-7. Still went out pretty well.
Yeah, but he's still not a first. He's not a first ballot vote for me. No.
Okay. Dennis,
in my opinion.
Do you care?
What?
Either way. About Matt Serra being in the Hall of Fame?
I'm trying to check to make sure we're going out still.
No, so no.
Cool. Don't care.
Sorry.
Also,
nothing against Matt Serra himself. I know he's a very talented athlete. He's great at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's a great coach over there on the East Coast. He's just not a first ballot vote for me.
Okay. What about this guy, Art Davie? One of the original creators of the UFC back in the days of when it was, what was it, SEG or something like that?
Yeah, if it wasn't for Art Davie,
SEG and WOW Promotions.
All of us would be doing something else completely different right now.
He will be the 6th member who's made outstanding in the contributor wing, someone who has made outstanding historical contribution to the sport outside of active competition.
All right.
So you check that out again. This is all going to be going down at International Fight Week, July 5th, I believe.
Is that Vegas, right?
That's in Vegas,
We're going to try to go this time?
No, I'll be in Hawaii.
All right.
Is it still there?
What? Hawaii?
Hawaii? Yeah,
it's
it's
just
there.
one island. Just Kauai. You know there's 12 islands, right?
No, there's more than 12. There's a lot of islands, and they're all still there from what I know.
How many?
Okay. Okay. All right. I already got like wiped off the earth.
I seriously thought you were talking about Fight Week. Is Fight Week still there?
Is Fight Week still a thing?
No, I was doing it to be like an asshole because a lot of people were doing it to Josh. They're like, "Where are you going? That's not where you're going." And that's why he's like, "There's 12 fucking islands."
Yeah. Not all of Hawaii is gone.
Yeah. We'll kayak to the next one.
You'll just right over. Nick Newell.
I'm so fucking far out of the loop on this one. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump onto this thing here.
Nick Newell is going to be getting a shot finally in the UFC. There's been a lot of talk about this over the past couple months. There's talk about this when he was in World Series of Fighting. Would he ever make it to the UFC? Nick Newell does have a handicap. He does only have one hand. Mm-hmm. And
It's okay. He's like Deadpool.
when he first lost, and his only loss on his record is
Deadpool
to
when he cuts off his hand and he's fighting Colossus,
Temporary, yeah.
and he has a little baby hand, and he's like,
you know this little,
I'm touching myself tonight.
You know those little
That
things
guy.
you use for like a pool cue? Can you use that on the tip of it and just like
dust it up.
Chalk it up.
The
it's ready?
multiple one that you use to like that.
no, not the bitch stick.
His only loss, by the way, is to Justin Gaethje. Dana White originally said, "Look, it's hard to fight with two arms. Fighting with one arm to me is just crazy." However, Dana White has apparently recently told somebody that he will be getting a shot at a UFC contract per a fight on Tuesday Night Contender Series starting in June.
Here's what I like about this sport, though, too. This is the sport because it's not a team sport, because it's an individual sport, and because it's nut up or shut up. It's like if you can fucking fight, then you can fight, period. So you put in trial by fire. If you can fight, if you can make it, then come on in.
Yeah. So just remember, this isn't technically in the UFC yet. This is a separate entity. This is a shot to get into the UFC. Apparently, it's not UFC branded, even though it's Dana White branded.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I'm saying, though. It's good for him and good for the UFC for opening that door, because this is literally the one sport where it's put up or shut up. Can you fight or can you not fight? If you can fight, come on inside and fight for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
So when he fights seriously, does he have like a little glove on that?
No, he does not.
No.
I mean,
Nothing.
Does he punch with it?
Yeah, I've seen it. I mean, kind of.
What's funny is he ranges with
That'd
it.
be a terrible
just
eye
like,
gouge.
yeah.
Yeah. He ranges. I've seen him even use it in chokes to help himself get up.
Yeah.
Kind of like stabbing people with it?
It's more of like a walking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still mainly
I mean,
striking with his
you remember
right
we
hand.
had Trot Tilligman a long time ago in the UFC.
Yeah, no chest muscle.
Yeah, the guy, I mean, do you remember him?
Barely.
He was missing an entire, like,
Pectoral
area. It was,
muscle.
like, completely caved in. It looked like he didn't even have ribs on that.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, you know, if you can fight, you can fight. That's it.
Yeah, and somebody thought for a while that he had like a weird rib cage and like one rib. It was awkward to watch him fight, but
Recently on
Adam? Sorry.
recently on Twitter,
behind the
Bare Knuckle Boxing reached
Behind the
out
counter.
to Rowdy Bec Rawlings and said basically they would like to see her to be the first female in history to fight in their organization. Bec Rawlings immediately tweeted back, that'd be interesting. Maybe looking to go that way. Bec Rawlings is not doing very well in the UFC.
Nope.
She did lose her last, I think, 4 fights, all to decision. She has not done well since The Ultimate Fighter. So maybe this would be something different. I think she kind of fits the brand for them.
I think so, too.
I'd be interested to see what happens. A lot of people are asking, is she going to fight a man? Is she going to fight a woman? Is there anybody else that they're reaching out
Oh,
to?
stop it. We're not doing man versus women fights.
But we're just saying, is there anybody else that they're reaching out to? I think this is pretty smart of Bare Knuckle Boxing. Obviously, the league, they're trying to get an upstart.
Right.
Reaching out to UFC fighters, reaching out to any fighter, I think, trying to gain some traction and gain some notice.
Yeah.
Why not?
And I think Beck's a smart choice.
yeah, and have a chance to be a pioneer in bare knuckle boxing.
Mm-hmm.
I got to
help
believe
say
there's
you
been
start-
some
you know,
women
brought
out
something
there
back.
doing it.
Yeah, I mean, and then, you know, she could just say that the gloves are holding her back if she's successful.
Yeah. She does definitely. I mean, I think her striking game is decent. I don't know, putting it all together. has
So the
always
bare
been
knuckle
the best.
boxing is literally just boxing, right?
Just boxing, yeah.
All right.
So it'd
There's
be interesting to see.
I mean, you can clinch, but it's like
Yeah.
So like dirty boxing getting in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no kicking.
No.
No
I don't,
ground-
I
no
don't
ground
know.
fighting.
No, I hope.
I
not.
don't think it's kicking. No.
But it's Art Davey. You don't think they'll be mixing in some stuff?
No, they're just gonna have the alligator swimming around the moat like he wanted to do for the original UFC. Leslie Smith was recently released. We talked about that last week before her fight at UFC 128. Now, Aspen Ladd, her opponent, had missed weight. They had offered Leslie Smith the fight anyway at a catch weight and for some extra money. She said no. She was then released. Now she is saying, her lawyer is saying that because she was a member of Project Spearhead, which is an effort to organize UFC labor into either an association or union, and because she was vocal in making strides as the interim president of the company, that is why her relationship with the UFC was ended. They said that Sections 8 of the NLRA make it unlawful to discharge, constructively discharge, suspend, lockout, lay off, fail to recall from layoff, demote, discipline, or take any adverse action against employees because of their support in the union or engage in union activity. So basically they're saying they're going to try to sue the UFC, saying that she was released because she is union supportive. However,
But
I'm sure the
yeah.
UFC will look at it.
That's the worst thing you could do is say that that's why somebody's let
The
go.
UFC probably will be saying that they ended her contract because the contract was coming to an end, and that that they're not an employer. They are independent contractors. That's been the whole thing. And actually, that's kind of what her group and her lawyers are trying to look for, is to have the government step in and make a jurisdiction or make a decision whether or not they're employees or if they're independent contractors.
Which the thing for me on that front has always been if they're independent contractors, but when they get into a position where they can't go fight for other organizations, then that's kind of a fine line of being an employee versus not being an employee.
Yeah. So I don't really think.
Oh, we didn't fire you. We just didn't re-up your contract.
I got fired like that one time.
Yeah?
My first radio gig.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah, they just quit putting me on the schedule. And I was like,
My stapler.
Yeah. I was like, am I fired? They were like, no, we just don't have any hours for you. For the last 2 months? Yeah. Should I ever bother coming back in? Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. So she says, I think it was somewhat a knee-jerk reaction for them being frustrated with her in terms of pushing and unionizing in the workplace. I mean, what do you think? Do you think the UFC is frustrated just because of that? Or is it because she didn't want to take the fight? This was the last fight in her contract?
Yeah, I mean, it was the last fight in her
they
contract.
release fighters all the time.
And plus, she's the one who said they paid me all this money and then I was going to basically be fighting for free.
Yeah, they were going to pay me extra, but I didn't want to fight because I'd be fighting for free. I don't understand that.
No.
It's Yogi Bearism. Nobody goes down there because it's always crowded.
Yeah.
Hey, boo.
Michael,
Mr. Ranger, sir.
Michael Bisping was recently talking about Nick Diaz on his latest Believe You Me podcast. He says, I am not fighting Nick Diaz at all. I don't know where that rumor came from. It's total bullshit. I haven't spoken to the UFC about anything. They haven't come to me. I'm probably retired. I just haven't made it official. It's bullshit. I haven't heard a single thing. I'm very, very close to retirement. He said, however, Nick Diaz is someone that I do respect. And if there was a possibility of that fight, then for sure I would accept it. But I think people would want to see that. The only issue is if I do fight again, I want it to be at 205 pounds, but I don't know if Nick would do it at 205. Making 185 for the last 10 years has been really hard. Making 185 is not an easy task. So if I'm going to fight one more time, it's going to be at light heavyweight or even a catch weight at 195.
I think I counted 5 excuses. Is that what you got? 5 excuses?
He said, so if Nick
Yeah.
is willing to come up, I'll do it. I'll accept it. I'm down. I'm in. Sign me up. But as of right now, it's not happening.
Okay.
Would you like to see that fight?
I'm waiting for Dana's official response because
I like
whatever he says is usually the opposite.
of what it is, yeah.
Unless he goes, this is definitely happening. Then you're like, oh, it's down.
As a fan, would you like to see Michael Bisping against Nick Diaz?
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun.
I'm okay with that, and I think catch weight is totally doable.
Yeah,
195,
you got a good British points fighter against
especially
a guy.
his first fight back.
Yeah, and Nick's he's a fun striker.
Yeah, and then
For
Nick
sure.
just slapped the shit out of him, dude.
Probably.
Not even if he beats him, just as long as he gets like 7 or 8 good ones that we can make emojis of.
I think because Michael Bisping's he's a British points fighter,
Kind of, yeah.
basically. I think Nick actually has a really strong chance of winning that fight.
Yep. I could see that as well.
Okay.
Although he doesn't win decisions that often, unfortunately.
But if he slaps the shit out of him for 5 rounds,
True.
it's possible.
I mean, I will give
No,
Bisping.
because Anderson Silva did that, knocked him out, and still lost to him.
That's true. But that was home cooking. First off, this fight has to happen in Stockton then.
See, that's a fight to bring up.
Yeah?
About the guy who got knocked out, but then they were like, no, it didn't count because it was, or no, it was the
Right.
bell,
Right,
vice versa. But then they said Bisping wasn't knocked out because of the bell.
True.
Oh.
Yeah, but that guy was knocked out, choked out.
Any fighters for that, any eternity for those fighters, go back to that video.
We'll get into that just a little bit.
Gun.
UFC has put out a casting call for Tough 28. They are looking for heavyweights as well as 145-pound women. So maybe, just maybe, they could have a season that would build somewhat of a weight class for Cyborg, because she is the champ, the current champ. We actually did a small article on it on My MMA News, where she's the champ of an empty division. Mm-hmm. There is nobody. If you go to the UFC rankings, there is nobody but her. So maybe they build a class, or she goes to Bellator. What do you think?
She told us when her contract's
She got
done.
and she only got 2 fights left.
Yeah, she's got all the
So
options.
she's going to wait for this season to finish.
I mean, they did.
Whoever-
We were talking about this. In fact, I was talking about this with
Here's
a
what
couple of
sucks about
customers the
this.
other day. Is that they did this for DJ? They created a whole Ultimate Fighter for him because he was running out of opponents. This is kind of a smart move on their part.
Not really, because then you take the best of the 145ers that are coming up through the Ultimate Fighter, then you feed them to Chris Cyborg, she beats them, and then you're back to square one.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of did the same thing with DJ. They took the best out of 45.
I mean, it
125
buys you some time.
Buys you some time.
Yeah, but it's just,
Makes them happy a little bit with some contracts.
it's a tourniquet.
Yeah.
That's all it is, really.
Do you think it would be a mix? Do you think it's going to be a mixed season? We're going to have heavyweights and 145-pound women, or do you think they're going to pick and
I was
choose?
going to say, we've done one before, right? We've done a mixed house, haven't we?
Yeah, the first time they ever had women was a mixed house.
But
and
we
that
had
was
female
Rousey and
coaches.
Tate.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but what this does do is cross off one of the items that on our loop of so-called TV deals. Tough's gone. They just said it's coming back.
Yeah.
So you can scratch that off. That's
It's happening. They're putting out a
in the next
casting
couple
for it.
weeks, I'm pretty sure a lot of people's things about who was involved.
What's actually happening?
CBS is taking them. Fox has got it.
See, that's the
ESPN.
pharmacy.
ESPN's in the deal the whole time.
The pharmacy's taking them?
Yes.
Yeah.
CBS. And then the last little big news before we get into some of our recaps here that we have is this whole kind of ranking shakeup that happened this week. If you go to the official UFC rankings, there was a little bit of movement in the pound for pound, which made no sense to a lot of people. Conor McGregor moved up one slot.
Yeah.
He is now tied in number 3 for pound. Their list reads DJ, Demetrius Johnson, George St. Pierre, Stipe, Conor, which is tied with Stipe for number 3. DC, Daniel Cormier, Max Holloway, TJ Dillashaw, Tyron Woodley. Khabib moved down a slot for his win.
No,
Hold on.
For going 5 rounds with number 11.
Well, maybe. Chris Cyborg, Tony Ferguson,
really.
Amanda Nunes, Robert Whittaker, Cody Garbrandt, and Rose Namajunas. So the rankings on the UFC's official website they're at the top 15. There's a lot of people were upset about what was going on. Why was there movement? I mean, as Joey pointed out, Conor did attack a bus of like 8 people, so he took on 8 people. He gets to move up, even though it wasn't an official fight. Khabib went 5 rounds. He has to move down.
He won the bonus round.
He won the bonus round. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's why I posted that thing from Munch, because I was just like, this is somebody who's just as pissed off. Like I said about the blue screen, this guy is just as panicked and pissed off about this number change as me.
Well, let me tell you
This
something.
is exactly how I feel.
Same
about-
level of outrage.
Yeah, same.
According to the UFC, their rankings are generated by a voting panel made up of media members. Those media members are asked to vote for who they feel are the top fighters in each weight class as well as pound for pound. Fighters are only eligible to be voted if they're in active status in the UFC.
Which Conor shouldn't be.
Which Conor shouldn't be. By the way, you want to know who those media members are? These 14 assholes. I have them all right here. This is the 14 that the UFC has picked.
So
here's their Twitter handles.
Pause it right now.
Pause it right now. Start tweeting at every one of these motherfuckers.
Josh, you
Get
got
your
that? Can you
shit
put it up on
together.
big screen?
I don't
He didn't have the big image, but I'll
Damn
send
it.
Yeah, but
Get your shit together.
How are we going to help everybody?
Specifically, though.
Specifically, though,
you can see. You'll be able to see it.
Specifically, though, there are 2 guys who made the moves. If you look at the last time that this was updated, only 2 of them changed their pound-for-pound rankings. Steve Yuan of Wrestling Observer decided to move Conor up for who knows what fucking reason. And David Brown of the Cherokee Scout in North Carolina decided to move Conor up and Khabib down for whatever fucking reason.
Just to mess with people.
We need to put together a committee and see what these guys are doing.
Oh, no, I've been following and trying to figure out all the last couple days.
So we need a committee to watch the committee?
Yeah, to what's going on.
Are you Angry Marks is the response?
Yeah?
Oh, bro.
Yeah. So we got, and he's the one who moved Conor up. Angry Marks moved Conor up.
Oh, Steve won. We got to talk.
So, mind you,
talk, Steve.
looking into these guys who are voted as the voting panelists, Christopher Espering is a Swedish MMA journalist. He doesn't even have a Twitter. Not only that, but his website doesn't even work anymore.
You put a city?
No. That's the name of his website.
What?
It, again, is no longer active. He
Swedish.
also has Conor sitting at number
It's a
1.
Swedish website.
Swedish website. If you go back and look at the history of his rankings, they are fucked. This guy's crazy. This guy's doing crack while doing his rankings. He had Gustafsson up because he's Swedish.
He's Swedish. Heard.
Any of you people who have Conor McGregor ranked above number 6,
Conor McGregor.
you're out of your mind.
Gustafsson, Volbeat.
Yeah, that's
Swedish. Yeah.
I went to 5 other websites.
Fucking
websites
share.
to look at their
I don't know
rankings.
why, just because.
To look at the rankings of the pound for pound. Nobody has Conor ranked above 6.
Right.
Nobody. That's currently doing rankings. Now,
He's not a top 10 pound for pound.
and they all have him around 8 or 9 that he's like slid
He's
that far
not
down.
even a top
No,
10.
at one point he was though, and then he slid down.
How do you say that in so little of fights?
The amount of the people who did he beat, and
mean,
in fact he got
beat-
champions.
Yeah, he had 2 belts. He beat champions, and then the second he lost to
They
Nate
all
Diaz,
fight
he
people
slipped.
the same fucking weight. That's the whole point of their divisions.
No, pound for pound though.
But he was in 2 different
weight. He was in
divisions.
2 different weight classes. That's how he got
was a
up so
champion
high.
of 2 different
I can
divisions. You
understand
gotta put
why
him
he
on
got
pound
up
for
so
pound.
high. Why he's
The
still there,
second
I don't
division
think.
thing. He caught a guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Facts are facts.
Facts are
I
facts.
know, and I just have to accept it.
But But yeah, the fact that most of these guys have him ranked at number 2 or 3 is just blows my mind. I don't understand how you think Conor McGregor, in all his inactivity, is still in the
Are we
pound
at
for pound
600
list.
days yet?
At least. Like, yeah, so if you guys...
The guy's been inactive more than we've had shows. More days than we've had shows.
If like I said, you want to tweet at some of these guys, let's go for it. I've had multiple MMA journalists say they've put their name in the hat to be on this list, and they have not received a response from the UFC. MMA Junkie just wrote an article about why this is happening. They say, look, if you look at the list, and if you do, not many of them are in the top MMA journalists. Not many of them represent the top MMA websites that are out there. Why? Because they feel that it's not fair that the UFC at any time can remove somebody from the rankings because they're upset, which has happened multiple times.
Yeah, we've talked about
multiple times.
And
They just basically
only give
remove
you-
names. They'll remove a name whenever they want. They're like, these are the names to pick from.
Yeah,
Go.
They only give you.
And 3 of them are radio stations.
Yep.
Joe, you need to look into that.
No, I know who Eddie is. I know who Eddie is, and I know who KIOZ is. I know that station very well.
We're sending people glitter bombs.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean it's festive, pisses people off.
Yeah.
It's the herpes of the craft.
Somebody's got to vacuum it up. That's horrible, but
That's the worst part.
that's the worst.
Vacuuming it up. You could vacuum that up for years, and it's still not all gone.
Yeah, that shit has a longer half-life than fucking.
When you
Drake.
find it in your
Yeah.
air conditioning filters, you're like,
Yeah.
Andreas Hale over here on for Fight News doesn't even work for them anymore, so I don't know how he's able to vote.
Nobody revoked his credentials. Nice.
No.
you know, I never looked at the names, but I had read the story where they're like, sometimes only 5 of these guys vote.
Yeah.
Or like you said-
if they don't change, like I said, over the last time, only 2 people voted. That's why the rankings changed so suddenly, because nobody else voted.
That's ridiculous.
And there's
So
only
you got, like,
14,
3 guys that are like-
14 people.
They're like, let's fuck with Poirier. All right,
Yeah.
you vote him down. I'll vote him down.
That's what I think.
He
might
didn't want to do an
happen.
interview with me, so I'm voting him down.
yeah. Hey, that's how I felt.
They call each other over the weekend.
That's not
Yep.
how you felt.
One of them's drunk. I got an idea.
You want to call out some guys? Call out Steve Yuan. Call out David Brown.
He was talking about your old
Both
lady.
those guys moved Connor up. One of them moved Khabib
So
down.
what they need is like a wiki's rankings.
Yeah.
Wiki rankings. Yeah.
So we can just edit it.
I mean, if you go to, I like Tapologies. I think the best. Tapology takes over 900 users. They take whoever wants to join Tapology can join Tapology. They take over 900 users to do an average of where they should
Which
be. in
makes
the-
sense. Which makes sense.
I think you get 5 guys in every city. They have to meet, and they have to
Like a
say
burger
it,
joint?
and they have to say it to each other.
Do they meet at
They
Five
can't
Guys?
type it or nothing like that. It's like, put in your answers. Really, Joey? He's not even ranked in the top 10. I know you like him.
I know you like him, but
He hasn't fought in 9 months and he lost then.
Yeah, on a keyboard, you could just be like you said. He just
Joey's all, is he from Jersey? At the bottom.
The bottom.
I don't care that he just won the belt. Bottom of the list.
Yeah, and I think in person you're held to more something. Somebody else can go. Even if they don't say nothing, you just. You know? At least somebody. You know.
Yeah.
Let me make sure you can get all those. I'm gonna duck so you can see all those
Yes.
names.
Yeah. Okay. It's been up a long time.
It's been up. I just want to make sure everyone gets them.
Yeah.
Pause it.
Yeah.
Take a screenshot.
Take a screenshot. Start tweeting at them. Get your shit together. Rankings fucking matter.
You pictogram it, and then you put it out on the line.
Let's go to some recaps here. Cam Soda had their first event.
Porn.
It was in a porn site, but now they have a separate company called Cam Soda Legends,
Right.
which is their MMA
Oh, it's not old people, right?
branch. Alex Nicholson
Hartley's there
defeated
doing
Rico
work.
Rodriguez by submission of strikes in the first round.
They did have the ring girls were in butt floss and they were twerking.
Yep. Bruce Lutch-Medial defeated Charles Bennett, unanimous decision. There was a lot of things
And then
going
Colby
on.
Covington defeated Charles Bennett.
I don't know if it was Colby. Yeah, so there was a lot of things going on with this Cam Soda thing. That was, of course, Felony Bennett, Crazy Horse. So yeah, there wasn't. I think My MMA News has posted it. I know you can find it on Twitter. You can find it on Instagram. There is a altercation. Colby Covington getting into it with Charles Bennett after his fight. Charles Bennett swings and throws a punch at Colby Covington. Good old fucking
This is
Mike.
after he was already choked unconscious.
He lost a decision.
He lost decision?
Yeah.
He was unconscious at the end of that round.
Or no, he lost. Yeah, he lost. Yeah, he got flipped off and all that stuff. But anyway, yeah, Mike Brown, man, he separated that fight and didn't spill a drop of his beer.
I know. He's amazing.
I'll give him that. That was pretty fucking awesome for
He's
Mike
got like
Brown.
a gyroscope for a wrist or whatever.
He's like, nope, not gonna happen.
Not
Nope,
gonna
don't
happen.
spill my beer. Pretty crazy. We also had the announcers announced that Kimbo Slice was somewhere in the audience, which is horrible on Cam Soda's part. I don't know if they
Are
realized.
they being serious? Were they like the spirit of Kimbo Slice?
No. They said Kimbo Slice is in the audience.
Wow.
Maybe it was Junior?
Nope. But I will give
Then you got to say Baby Slice.
Baby Slice.
Baby Slice. It was pretty awesome that one of the guys.
See, you knew what I was talking about. I didn't say Baby
One of the
Slice.
guys got tipped, and his biggest tipper's name was "I have huge titties." So I mean, that's pretty cool. "I have huge titties" was tipping away over there at the KM Soda fights.
Hey, if you got to make them say your name on there, might as well.
Yeah, there was a lot of people in attendance. Mike Perry was there. Nick Linsk was there. David Strauss was there. There was a lot of fighters hanging out in South Florida watching this thing go down.
And why not? I mean, it's good entertainment.
And to give you any more reason to hate Colby Covington,
Fucking
he is
asshole.
on Twitter today. Stay away
You're not
from
putting
his
this stuff up, right?
No.
Okay.
Stay away from his account. He is tweeting spoilers of Avengers Infinity War right now.
Oh, motherfucker.
Right? You can have radio show up on your doorstep now.
And just remember, if you like Cam Soda, remember they're also the ones who created the world's first ever pizza delivery vibrator. Every time you have an orgasm, it delivers you a pizza.
That's a thing.
That's a thing.
That's a thing, y'all.
Joey doesn't need like 10 pizzas a day.
Dude, I would be so fat right now. I'm trying
Joey,
to lose
how's your
weight.
diet going? I'm just masturbating like crazy. It's not going well.
not going well.
What is it? What does it have to do with food? I just keep getting pizzas delivered to my house.
I'm trying to burn calories off. And
Trying to burn calories. They keep delivering pizza.
He's all, grab a...
Battery never dies.
Thanks for stopping by.
lithium batteries.
Apparently it recharges with movement.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by. Grab a pizza on your way out.
I got a bunch of them.
Got a lot.
Looking like Stan on South Park or Stan's dad.
Stan's dad, yeah.
Ah.
UFC Fight Night 128 was last weekend from Atlantic City. A little bit of controversy happened. We'll get to that fight here in a moment. You want to start off on the bottom?
Sure. Tony Martin took on Kita Nakamura and wins by unanimous decision. Corey Anderson also got unanimous decision over Patrick Cummins, the barista.
Where does the barista go from here?
Back to Starbucks.
All right.
Maybe Whole Foods.
He's got no... He just got a really... He got a 3-deal contract, so...
Yeah.
He's got 2 more fights.
Got 2 more to go.
Oh, really? He just got it? Okay.
But they could buy him out like Leslie Smith, and you could turn around soon and say that it was because he was not interested in a union.
I want to see him fight the cup of noodles. But I want to see him fight it wearing a Starbucks
But he
cup.
has to. Yeah, he has to wear the Starbucks cup.
Yeah, cup.
The mascot. That'd be amazing.
What is that fucking skit? Oh, damn it. Come on down to Breaking Town.
Come on down to Orderville.
Sayar Bahudazara went up against Lan Chagas, and Sayar won by a kick to the body with a KO and then a punch.
Yeah.
Bam.
Your controversial bout here.
Ricky Simon up against Marab Divishvili.
Yeah, so he got the win technically at TKO, technical submission, round 3, 5 minutes. What had happened was,
What happened was,
if you watch this fight, in my opinion, Marib is winning this entire fight. He then goes for a takedown, and as he's going for a takedown, he gets put into a choke. It looks like if you watch it kind of in slow-mo, and Big John kind of pointed this out, and I had to go back and rewatch it. And he did a breakdown on MMA Junkie. Basically, he Gray Maynards himself. He spikes his own head into the mat, is unconscious. His opponent, Simon, turns him over and keeps the choke. He all of a sudden wakes up, starts kicking his little legs, so now he's in a mounted guillotine, and he's just like he's riding an invisible bike. He's just trying to keep his legs moving so they can keep the blood to his head. It looked like it was a neck crank on one side, so he wasn't completely out, but he only getting blood to one side of his brain. He keeps bicycling. He kind of gives a thumbs up to the ref. The ref kind of does the Hulk Hogan old sleeper thing, and he's like, no, I'm still good, still good. It goes all the way to the bell. The bell sounds. They break up the fight. He goes limp. He's out. His arms are by his side. His eyes are rolling back. The ref looks at him. And as the ref comes over here and looks at him, and his opponent is saying, look, he's fucking out. He goes, no, I'm awake. I'm good. We're good. Starts to try to get up. Medical staff rushes in, says, no, you need to lay down because I think you were choked the fuck out. Just kind of lay there. Let him lay there. They come back from commercial. He's doing laps around the fucking octagon.
Puke and rally. He's trying to puke and rally.
He's doing laps around the octagon, climbing on top, saying that he won. They go to read the decision. He's standing there like, I'm going to fucking win. TKO, the other guy won. But I'm still conscious. Like,
so bizarre. Absolutely
very, very
bizarre.
strange. John McCarthy, again, his breakdown was kind of what I just said. He feels he was out when he hit the ground. They feel like he was definitely out when the choke was released. All of a sudden, the blood rushed. He's unconscious. He comes back. He was definitely out. He basically said he would have done the same thing and said TKO.
Yeah.
If you kind of think about it, I was talking about this with some friends at the bar. You think about, they were like, how could a referee do that sort of thing? I mean, talk about BJ Penn and Sean Shirk. hit him with that knee at the end of the round, threw a bunch of punches, the bell sounds, BJ's walking away, Sean Shirk slumped over on the edge trying to figure out how to stand up.
Yeah.
Referee looks at him and goes, nah, I'm calling it. He gets up, I'm like, no, I'm good, I'm standing up.
But you weren't.
But you weren't, so
Right.
you're not. And that ended up as a TKO in the end of the round. It sucks because Marib would have won a split decision if you actually went to the judges' scorecards. They
That's
didn't
right.
release the scores. However, he did lose. I still say Simon won based on everything that I saw. I know a lot of people were upset about it. Just because, you have to think though, just because his legs are moving does not mean he's conscious. You look at Misha Tate and Holly Holm.
Automatic motor response.
When Misha Tate choked out Holly Holm swinging punches at nobody, she's gone, man. She's out. What do you think?
He's gone too.
Yeah.
You were happy he didn't die, or are you happy he did almost died? Like
Like I said, I'm the guy that wants to.
let him die?
Yeah, he's out.
He's out.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like I said, we go back to the Bisping fight.
Yep.
Same time, same planet.
He was out.
Yeah,
They should have stopped it. They didn't. He gets the win.
he continued fight 3 more rounds.
Yeah.
Well,
The ref didn't want to stop that in the hometown.
Right.
People be looking for him, man. It's London, dude.
moving on from there, Ryan LaFleur gets the win over Alex Garcia.
Yeah. Where are we at? There we are. Then the main card. Dan Hooker gets the win over Jim Miller.
Did not see that coming.
Jim Miller's done.
I did not see that coming.
Neither did Jim Miller.
Man, good for Dan Hooker. And I liked Dan Hooker calling out. By the way, I was watching this and I was like, who the fuck is announcing these fights? Who is the commentary team? Turns out one of them's Paul Felder. He's a UFC fighter. Did not recognize him. He goes over to Dan Hooker and says, who would you like to fight next? Dan Hooker says, well, I want a ranked opponent. You're ranked. You're in my weight class. Let's sign it.
Awkward.
Super nice. Super and he's like, I like that someone has the balls to call me out. We'll talk to Sean Shelby. Like, it was the most polite call out I've ever seen.
Would you like to fight?
Are they both?
Yeah.
Are they both Canadian? Is that what it is?
No, I think Paul Felder's from England, or he's from Europe. He's from
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we had Aljamain Sterling get a win over Brett Johns with a unanimous decision,
Yeah.
and David Branch KOs Thiago Santos.
Man, David Branch looking like a renewed man.
Yeah, good for him. First round at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Justin Willie gets a unanimous decision over Chase Sherman.
Justin Willis?
It's Justin Willis.
Does this kind of derail the Chase Sherman hype train?
It's a decision. I mean,
Was it going to P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Sydney?
yes.
Yeah. Frankie Edgar gets a win over Cub Swanson.
Definitely deserved win, too.
Yeah. Good for him. Good for Frankie. And then Kevin Lee, in the main event, gets a TKO doctor stoppage over Edson Barboza.
Man, it got cut up. I mean, Barboza wasn't looking good the whole fight. How Kevin Lee is ranked number 5, I mean, I guess I fucking know now how he's ranked number 5, but going into this, I have no idea how he was ranked number 5.
At this point, you're beating a dead horse. Leave those guys alone.
No. We're going to put those back up.
You're going to be
I
held
will go back on
accountable.
those slides all the way back. These assholes putting Kevin Lee at number 5 blew my fucking mind.
But now do you think he can have it?
No.
He still can't have it?
Top 10, maybe.
Well, this was a catch weight. Kevin Lee came in
He
heavy.
can't even make weight.
Yeah.
You're telling me that you're the only person that deserves a shot at Khabib and you know how to shut him down? You can't even fucking make weight.
Yeah, that is kind of basic.
Get your shit together, people.
Get your shit together
one
on this.
job.
Get your shit
Steve
together.
Wan, David Brown.
Yeah. Get your shit together.
I'm going to email Eddie down at KOZ.
And then going on tonight, is this tonight?
It is tonight.
On the Paramount Network?
The Bellator.
Bellator is having another...
No, it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yep.
Is it the
Another-
final?
That'd be Sat part. That'd be Saturday, April
Yeah, that's
28th.
the Saturday part.
No, I didn't even read that.
All right.
Is that Brazilian time?
Yes.
I don't have time for Brazilian.
This is going down in Rosemont, Illinois. This is going to be another leg of the heavyweight
The Grand
tournament.
Prix, yeah.
The Grand Prix. We have your main event, Fedor, the Last Emperor, going up against...
Fedor Fat Boy Emelianenko taking on...
That's dad bod, sir.
No, but Frank Mir usually has dad bod.
But he's got abs. That's why I said dad bod versus bod.
Yeah, bod. He's got a washboard stomach.
It's not quite that cut.
I've never had... I had one ab at one point.
I've done it one time. I spray painted him on when I was a gladiator for Halloween.
I had one ab.
I did it. It was right here. His name was Frank. I could flex my tummy. That's the only one that you could really see.
Hi, Frankie.
So who you got in this? You got Fedor or Frank Mir?
Fedor.
I think I got to take Frank.
I'm taking Frank Mir submission.
Yeah. Fedor.
In a fight that should have happened 10 years ago.
Yeah, no shit. And then they would have been reversed in their bodies.
Yeah.
Well, Fedor still wouldn't have been that cut, but Mir would have been huge.
Yeah. He still came in at Fedor came in at 240. Mir came in at 261.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
That ripped?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's terrifying.
It's big. Emmanuel Sanchez, Sam Cecilia, Rafael Lovato Jr. against Gerald Harris.
No
Damian
relation to Demi.
Gracie going against Javier Torres, and Dylan Dennis, Conor McGregor's boy, going full Conor McGregor, who is 0-0.
Is he
I'm
Conor
pretty
McGregor's boy? Because
Yeah.
Conor McGregor wouldn't let him in the car.
Dylan Dennis is the one who bailed his ass out.
And then when they filmed the whole group walking to the cars and shit.
He's like, nah, you get another
Yeah,
car.
Dylan Dennis goes to get in his car and he's like, car's full. But I bailed you out, man.
Dylan Dennis against Kyle Walker.
He's all, you're the clean one, Dylan. You're the Jake Shields of our posse. They got Jake. We got you. Get in another car, Dylan.
Don't come in this car. You're just gonna get tainted.
And learn Jake Shields' smile. That's you.
You don't want to get tainted by Conor McGregor. You don't want Conor McGregor anywhere near taint. So I think that's it, yeah?
Yeah.
Tate McGregor.
Taint McGregor. Taint your ass, taint your balls. It's Taint McGregor. Get a shirt.
Yeah, if you want to look like Ashley.
Yeah, Ashley.
I mean, I don't know if you'll look like Ashley. I wouldn't look like that in that shirt.
Yeah.
No, but she makes it look good.
She makes that shirt
So
look
get a
good.
Fight Night and Chill shirt. Get a
Go to-
Pride Never Die SD shirt.
Yep.
And then you can also, I don't know what's up there, Shirt Sickle. So go to Shirt Sickle and grab your very own Split Decision shirt.
Split Decision shirt.
Find us on Twitter and Instagram at SD_MMA. Also find us online at Split Decision MMA Podcast on Facebook. SplitDecisionMMA.com is our website. And of course, follow us on iHeartRadio. Big thanks to our sponsors, Consolidated, what?
Dependable solution.
Dependable Solutions.
Oh, I thought you were asking me something.
No, I was like, I thought
I don't know,
told
you
me
look
to
like you
stop.
wanted to say something. Y'all.
No. Huh? No, LFA 38's going on.
Oh, okay.
Mo the
Oh,
Pirate
okay.
Green.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're look like Dana White's actually going to take one fighter.
Put him on the
for-
Contender Series?
On the Tuesday night thing.
Nice.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's going down as well. Again, Dependable Solutions. If you're looking for a way to make more money on your website, want to take credit cards, they'll help you out with great rates. If you already take credit cards, want a better rate, Dependable Solutions is the way to go. And of course, what now?
They can almost knock off 60% off your
60%?
up 60%.
60%.
I didn't realize it was that big of a deal. That's awesome. Dependable Solutions. Check them out. And if you want to use your credit cards to buy yourself a strongboard, go to strongboardbalance.com.
Yeah.
Get on board. Change the way you work out.
been fantastic.
Strongboardbalance.com. Was it good for you?
It's good. Good core workout.
Do you need a pizza?
No.
I think you need to come back down to our level for a little bit. I think now you're actually using it.
Yeah, what? What?
Till next
I'm
time.
tall for once in my life, motherfucker. What?
Have a good night. We'll see you at the fights.
We forgot to turn the AC on again. What?